Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. Takes out a one-stop. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The feed play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Fits it through the middle. And what a hit there. Oh, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Into the hands of Olave. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Vegas first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing it again on 2nd down. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
They send him left out of the slot. Jackson now on 3rd. He's on the move. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They kick the running back in motion. Lamar out of the pistol. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Rolling left, buying some time. And after all that running, he ends up out of bounds deep behind the line of scrimmage. And even a throwaway, that's going to count as a sack.
Well, as a quarterback, I hate to assign blame to the position, but on that one, you just got to throw it away for an incompletion. We still need to give credit to the defense, no question, which helped flush him from the pocket in the first place.
Jackson now, third and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll run it with Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a fourth down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Pass play now. This is complete to Olave. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets him up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
He was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be and
in for the touchdown. So Broncos offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. No look on his first look of the game, and it sets up second down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Running back sent in motion. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. But once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. No return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's on the move. That's low and bounces short of his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Cut by Jennings. Space pass to 35. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing from the gun here. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for Raiders first. Back now, pressure on its way. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Completed over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. Cut out left. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down from the red zone. He brings it in. He has the touchdown. Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Walker hauls it in. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give left side to Pacheco. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. They made it a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Trying for the deep ball. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Finds him on the crossing route. Hits some space around midfield. Here he goes again. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll try and punch it in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Oh, they'll try and run it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. They're out and set. 1st and 10. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and set. Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Give him 5 on that carry. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Running right is Pacheco. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Now it's Lamar. Escapes out to the left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra points. And the Ravens get it back to a 14-point game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And a solid game gets them across the 45 before he goes out. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll take him down right along the 30. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They give it to him again. And he drives this forward to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Back to the well again. Scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Throwing now on first down. It's Jackson. Chased out to his right. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now here's Lamar. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing it just before halftime. He's going deep this time. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd down. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They kick the running back in motion. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Starts his return from the 23. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens get it back to a 14-point game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 31. Is made down the right sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 3-possession game. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Jackson. And a man is there to knock that away. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And now it's 2nd down. Running left with Pacheco. Jukes one defender. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Jackson looking to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Pacheco takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens Ravens shrinking the lead some in the third. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Oh, look at this. They're faking it. He's on the move. And he's into the end zone. They're really pulling out whatever they can to try to make this game closer. That cuts the lead down by an extra 2. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. This is complete to Olave. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 34-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pass complete to Walker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now Jackson. Drop it. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Ravens calling on Justin Tucker for the field goal. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now on 1st down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he's got it. So they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First and 10. Here's Jackson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Gets everything he has under this throw. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play.
This is caught inside the 15. A very... This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Working quickly here. He'll get this complete to Jennings. Touchdown! Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down. Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Now he's going to fair catch this one, and they are loving this. A very short kick and some excellent field position for them. So no return on that punt. And the Raiders are going to like where they get to start out for this drive. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one's complete over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pass it down close. And in for the touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. He intercepts the pass. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Raiders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have...
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
First down, here's Lamar. On the move, headed right. Pacheco hauls it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson now on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here on 4th. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit.
Ravens 33.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Cut by Jennings. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Working quickly here. Hits his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders nearing their 15th win this season. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Ooh, not much time to adjust, but he catches it still off the tip. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is so difficult to do with so much traffic. You're going to see a short pass gets tipped, and you really don't have much time other than to just react and make the catch. Exactly what he does.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finds the in route complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Ball at the 33 for first down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. He'll throw it yet again. Caught near the goal line. He has the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
The score, Raiders 63, Ravens 33. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the after.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth came down to the field. It starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
That's incomplete left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's second down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The throw is caught. Touchdown! Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead.
Ravens 33.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work and really not